Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, March 26th. I can't believe it's the 26th already. I got a little bit backed up on my February stuff because I was away. And then I was going away this week. I will be going away. And so everything seems to be compressed. And all of a sudden it's going to be Easter and Passover and everything. And then Mark will have to do a whole bunch of episodes for summer. My summer is going to be destroyed, by the way. I told you this?
No.
Oh, my God. I have 3 weddings in August. And I was just with somebody who said, I think it should be illegal to have a wedding in August.
Are they local?
What? Well, local-ish, you know. One is Brooklyn, so I guess that's local for you, but not for me. I have to cross a river. One is out on Long Island, and one is in Maine. And the Maine one is like far away. It's like you got to fly to something that's not Portland in Maine and then drive for 2 hours. So again, destroyed in August. I'm probably not going to take the 2 weeks off, but you should.
We'll see. What about between now and then? I know you're going away later this week, but what else is on the horizon? Anything I need to know about?
I don't think anything that you have to worry about. I think what I'm going to try to do is go to Future Proof, the conference that is through Ritholtz Wealth Management and my friends at the Compound and Friends, and do that in September. But, you know, maybe a long weekend here and there, but not too much. Nothing that would impact you. All right, let's do some emails, Mark. I'm futzing around here, yakking. It's time to do some emails. So this is a question from Lisa, who's switching jobs from one with a pension to one likely without a pension. Because of my pension, we are allocated entirely in equities and no bonds. I would like to move our allocation to 20% bonds. Should I do it all at once, slowly, or with new contributions? I say all at once. Mark, you want to vote on that?
All at once. Yeah, I agree.
All at once. Okay.
But where is this coming from? I mean, it's a pension.
Well, I mean, unless
is she talking about new contributions with the new job?
Unless she got a cash out of the pension, I guess that's the only thing I could think about it. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. So make sure we understand the source of that on the rebalancing question. Okay. Next. This is from one of the great family friends of the show, the Anonymous family, and it's about a Roth conversion. And Anonymous says, I love listening to the podcast. Okay. Age, it says hypothetically. I don't know if that means yes, but here's the situation. 60 years old, $1.5 million in a pre-tax IRA, 600 grand in a Roth, and 400 grand in a brokerage account with long-term capital gains. Income plus an inherited required minimum distribution, $132,000. Okay. So tax filing, single. I've got a mortgage of $130,000 remaining at 2.5%, 16 more years. Current plan, convert 45 grand in 2024 this year and remain in the 24% top income tax bracket. Okay. You ready for your question, Mark? Because it's coming to you. Is Ed Slott / Mark implying instead to convert an extra $200,000 to $500,000 in 2024 and in 2025, bumping up my highest rate to 32%? She'd pay the tax due by selling 100 grand in her brokerage account, causing an additional capital gains hit of $15,000 in taxes, selling minus taxes, 85 grand to pay towards the tax bill. Summarizing, should I convert 230 grand, pop up to the next tax bracket, or potentially, since I'm over 59 and a half, should I just withdraw 100 grand from the IRA, adding to my income and pay the tax bill? This seems like a lot. What do you think? Would you do it? Mark, it was directed to you, so I get to bring you on to answer it.
I would probably just withdraw. I mean, the current plan of converting $45,000 a year, that's not going to do anything. This is $1.5 million IRA, $45,000 a year. It's not going to do anything. It's probably going to earn more than that throughout the course of the year. So I would just start withdrawing. I
would withdraw also. I would just withdraw. You're 60, maybe I don't know what you're going to live on and what's happening, but I will just say that as far as I'm concerned, pull the money out, pay the tax that's due, add it to the brokerage account, And think about going forward, whether you're going to be claiming Social Security later at, say, age 70 and living on this money and go from there. I like that. So that was an easy one. Okay. This one's from Dylan, who is seeking a second opinion. I love getting these questions. Okay. Good morning. I recently started listening to your podcast. Oh, I love new listeners. And Dylan says, I appreciate the advice that you provide about real world concerns. I am a physician with more than 20 years of experience. I'm going to retire from the military, transition to civilian employment in mid-2025. I'm seeking a second opinion about how to best continue saving for retirement and investing as I begin the next stage of my medical career. All right. Current plan, work part-time at a regional hospital, and the income will change from being a W-2 to a 1099 employee. Holy smokes, Mark. Dylan's going to make 300 grand.
Part-time.
Part-time? If my physical health and cognitive fitness permit, I might say my physical health, and I would put cognitive first probably. My goal is to earn 300 grand a year for the next 10 years, then downshift to 150 for another 5 or 6 years, fully retiring by age 70. My wife and I are both 52. Upon retirement from the military, I will receive a pension of 85 grand a year. During my military career, I've maxed out my thrift savings plan every year and largely neglected my traditional IRA. I also prioritize saving for college, for our kids. My wife had to give up her professional practice due to a major health issue. Oh my God. She's working part-time. We're uncertain how much longer she'll be able to do that. We have 2 kids. One's a freshman in college. Younger one is in high school. They're using the GI Bill to pay for the oldest daughter's college. And then Dylan's going to direct the military retirement toward paying for the younger daughter's college. That's great. We should be able to preserve their 529 plans, 200 grand each for professional or graduate school. Interesting. Our current financial status is favorable. I'm less concerned about having enough and more concerned about wealth transfer and future tax liability. Okay. You ready for this, Mark? There are a lot of investments here. So there's a traditional thrift savings plan, 1.1 million, mostly in a target date fund. Traditional IRAs, 200 grand, stocks and bonds. Roth, 100 grand. Brokerage, 156. Money market, $254,000. Savings accounts, $377,000 combined. I see why there's not a worry about any of this. Checking accounts, CDs, let's see, 68, like another 90. They've got a primary home, 1.3 million with about 600 grand owned, a rental property, 740 with 550 owed, vacation home owned outright, 550. Everything's at Vanguard. They signed up for their personal advisor select service. No other debt. High cost of living state. Monthly rent covers mortgage, taxes, property management, blah, blah, blah for the rental. Term life insurance, $3 million, also disability. Lastly, we establish a donor-advised fund with Vanguard Charitable, and we intend to contribute more than 10% of our annual income to that. Wow. What's the best vehicle to save post-military? I'm leaning toward an individual 401k, which would allow me to save more than 76 grand. Okay. Yes to that, but Mark, that should be a solo Roth 401k, right?
I would do solo Roth for sure.
I mean, I know
even though he'll be making 300 grand.
Just do it.
He's got a lot of pre-tax.
He's got a lot of pre-tax. So that's that. Should you continue contributions to IRAs? No. Put it in the brokerage. How do we transfer wealth to our daughters now? They have a joint savings account with each daughter. Plan to open a joint brokerage account with my second daughter after she turns 18. Let me get back to that in a second. Given our current assets and projected income over the next 15 years, what are the best methods for minimizing future tax liabilities for after full retirement age?
Roth.
Yeah, Roth, number one. Let me just also say about the thing about the charitable account. I want to just put this out there. One of the things that you can do is look at that brokerage account and use that to put into your Vanguard charitable by using low cost basis index funds, because it says it's moderately conservative and index fund. I'm betting that money has climbed in value. So use that asset to get you going. And, if you can put 50 grand in there right now and just make sure or you can wait, whatever you want. But I would use that as my account. Second of all, you have too much money in saving and checking. This is insanity to me. So the saving account is you got almost $400,000 in savings accounts. Get that invested in the brokerage account. That's the next thing. In terms of your future tax liability, you're going to have a heck of a problem getting that $1 million out of the thrift savings plan because, that alongside your traditional IRA, $1.3 million in pre-tax money, you're going to get slammed when you start to be required to take money out. So I think this year, while you are still earning somewhat less money, I don't know how much you actually, because I don't think that we said how much they're making in the military. Let's presume it's less than 300, right? I would probably take the traditional IRAs, those 200 grand right now. I would convert that to a Roth IRA. I would do at least 100 this year. And hopefully you stay in the 24% tax bracket. I think that would be a good do. If you could convert that whole thing right now, pay the tax that's due with money that's in the savings account, I think I would do that. So I might try to convert it now while hopefully you're making a little less money. And maybe again next year when your half of the year is, your income will go up for the second half of the year, but it won't be total. But I would try to get that traditional IRA converted to a Roth. So that's what I would think. And as much as you can in the future, you'll want to start converting when your tax bracket is low. Anything else they should be thinking about? Enjoy yourself. Wow. Here's your second opinion, Doc.
Yeah, I don't get the whole, I'm not quite sure about the whole preserving the 529 thing.
I don't know either. I would just use it. What if you, are we, maybe that they know that one of the kids will go onto higher ed, to graduate school, but
they've got 400,000 saved combined.
I would use that too. I would use that also. You're right. Agree. All right. Live in good health and good luck. All right. This is from Marcia. My husband and I recently finished paying for a Chapter 13 bankruptcy last year. Oh, we have sufficient funds in our IRA. We're not old enough to access them without penalty. We need to replace our septic system for our home. We do not want to withdraw funds out of our IRA. Banks will not lend to us, right, because of the bankruptcy. What should us hardworking homeowners do? You should check. There is a 10% penalty exception this year for emergency expenses. You should check that out. That could be some part of it. It may not be everything. It may be some part of it. Septic systems are very expensive. Otherwise, are you not working full time? That's the other question. Here's the thing. If I had a full-time job with a 401k, I would take my IRAs, I'd roll it into the 401k plan, and I'd borrow against it. That's what I would do. If you're not working, then how old are you and what's going on? I really need to know what else is happening. So I get it. I want to know a little bit more about you so we can come up with a better funding plan. Last question of the day is from Bill. This is just for you. This is in honor of my deceased mother-in-law. We want to get out of our timeshare. Is there a legal way to do it? If not, would stopping our yearly maintenance fees adversely affect our credit rating? As my deceased mother-in-law would like to say, timeshares are for suckers. She said that in response to my brother-in-law, who was explaining how happy he was about his new timeshare. So there is a legal way to do it. You can sell it on a secondary market. You'll get pennies on the dollar. If you stop paying your yearly maintenance fees, it could adversely affect your credit rating. On the other hand, are you borrowing money anytime soon? Because maybe it doesn't matter. These timeshares are just absolutely beastly to get out of. So that's what I would try. Other than that, don't buy timeshares, gang. I'm sorry. I wonder, maybe you could gift it to somebody. Here, take it and just take on the maintenance. That would be the best thing to do, just to get out of it. Ugh, it's hard. All right, now you went on the tour. You loved it. You were in Aruba. It was fun. This is the downside of it. All right, that's it, Mark. That is the show. The Jillionaires are awaiting the rest of their days, and we are so happy that you join us every single day, and we thank you for that. If you've got a question, don't forget, just go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you want to come on the air. Mark does everything else. Check out our service called Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars and cool bonus video content, all for $35 a year. So thank you so much for listening. You can subscribe to this on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcast. And of course, try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.